history, not as a fighter for justice, but as a wife killer. And then everything he stood for, everything he fought for, goes down the river, along with his reputation. He doesn't deserve that.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, the difference between the two characters is very clear, and it's the kind of, if you were wounded so badly in your foot that it would kill you, would you cut your leg off at the knee, cut your own leg off? I mean, it's kind of in that hazy area what LAWLESS is going through. I mean, I laughed at it, seeing it again after all this time. I remember when I laughed at the process, like, you know, he will be remembered as a wife killer, not as a hero, unless I kill him and confess to the crime. It's sort of both fool and hardy, you know what I mean? Like, it's completely one of those, you think it's a great thing, but actually it's fraught with hazy areas.
I'm shocked that the writers, that I let the writers jump that far out and that you were able to pull it off.
Well,
so.
that's the thing, and one of the good things about the scripts, one of the things I enjoyed generally was sometimes you would have to make a leap and you'd go, you know, what right-minded person would make this leap? But we have to do that. And my ploy always with that was to say, okay, they think they can outsmart me, those writers, forget it, I can make this leap. You know, and I didn't even bat an eyelid. If you look at the character, the playing of that, yeah, you know, you go with it. Especially because Xena, quite clearly, would be prepared to cut her own leg off if she was in that. And we always knew that about Xena, you know. But would she come up with the same solution is another question to ask about that. Don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Zeus, who gave you permission?
This has already been dealt with. The other gods have voted.
And I wasn't informed.
We had a lot of Zeuses on the show, and this was Zeus number 3, I think.
Was it Roy?
No, Roy wasn't there yet. So Zeus probably number 2. Peter Vere-Jones was Zeus number 2, and he was a local New Zealand actor.
Right.
And he appeared. This was the only one they used him in. I had no control over any of that stuff. It's funny when people on the internets and stuff, they want to speculate and think that the actors have control over who's going to get fired and who's not. I always put my 2 cents in, but I never had a problem with any of our Zeuses. I thought they all did a great job. But you know, it comes down. We had 3 different nemesis. You know, they kept juggling them around too.
Well, the other thing is, it comes down to politics. I mean, somebody might not come back because they just want too much money.
Yeah.
And so they just say, no, we're not going to pay the money. We'll find someone else, and they do. And with
I think a lot of them
character
come back
like,
because of the producers. So that's what I'm thinking.
you know, but with a character like Zeus, where you know they're not afraid to recast it. They just recast it, and it's
But you know, he can make himself anything he wants to make himself. So suspend disbelief. And
Exactly.
I was thinking it's Anthony Quinn just playing somebody different.
That's right.
We've got to stop him.
I gotta hand it to you, Strife. This has worked out better than I could ever have imagined. It's been fun. Fun is good. So's dead.
The relationship of Ares and Strife was just that of a master and his buffoon, and there was no respect between the characters. Where Hercules, there was love and respect, and that's so. It's interesting to see those 2 relationships side by side. One played for total buffoonery and comedy, and one played genuine for heartfelt emotion for your friends. So, and also Kevin Smith and Joel Toback, you just got to have them in an episode. They're such likable guys. And then they were soon to disappear onto Young Herc, and we were all the worse for not having them around for a year.
Yeah, they were always a great team. It was always high energy. When any of us, in fact, in one of the last episodes of Xena, just to jump, was when I played that reporter.
Oh, right.
And we had, you know, Kevin Smith and Joel, I think, and Lucy and Renee and me, and all on the set at once. Man, funniest time ever. Got the job done, but.
That's right.
Use whatever it takes is my answer to that. Wires or not, or you know, and remember, action is pieces. One of the biggest lessons I learned about directing from Hercules and Xena was that, you know, you just got to be patient with the pieces, and if you got the pieces, you can make it go as fast or slow as you like. But yeah, harnesses, bungee rigs.
In this case, it was a wires and a bunch of gags that Peter Bell had worked out over the previous season of Hercules that let us do bam gags, as we called them, going back and forth, and it finally kind of got perfected here. So, it really was the director, but Peter Bell gets a lot of credit for working out all those rigs, and then the effects.
I remember
guys for pulling them
when they got that one together where you could have a person be bungeed through the air, keep the camera on them, and they would then land at a specific spot on a roof maybe in the distance. Remember that?
Yeah.
First time I saw it, I thought, wow, because you could have Hercules go throw, and without cutting, he just stands there and watches the guy, and of course at the other end they'd have fake wood and timber, and they go splat, and it would all break, and you just go, ouch. I mean, that was good. That was, and they'd just go, those stunties, and Peter would just go, oh, we'll just put a ratchet on it, or something, and that's how they'd talk about it, like, oh, you know, piece of cake.
And it really never duplicated again.
Not really. I think
on
I did one of
television.
those with a burning man, you know, because you'd always go, if you can give me that, can you give me the guy burning as well? Yeah, sure.